Imagine getting called a fat on your wedding day. This is what happened to Samantha K.
So we just got married.
Big Back wanted to go to Swig.
And now we're going to Swig.
Now, I might have exaggerated, I don't know, but the term big back has been a newer term over the past year or so. I'm going to read it because, according to Parents Magazine and Urban Dictionary, a big back means someone who is overweight, especially with a large or wide back, often associated with a tendency to consume large quantities of food. Now, you may be thinking, what if that's their relationship? If someone is called a big back, is that equivalent to someone saying, my wife's stupid, my husband's stupid, blah, blah, blah? Let's dive into it. If you're new here or if you're coming back, welcome and come on in. I'm Selena. Today we are doing a TikTok tea video where we dive into TikTok tea. I invite you to tell me your opinion down below in the comment section. We'll dive into what happened, hear some opinions from other people on the internet, and then I'll share my opinion. But again, y'all don't have to agree with me. I really encourage you to tell me what you think. I mean, we are a community here, and it's not just me talking at you. I want to hear from you. I wore this shirt. I don't know. It says homies, and it's Hey Arnold. So I thrifted this shirt. Oh, can you even see homies? There it is. And I was like, this is kind of foreshadowing to some of the backlash that this couple has gotten. So Samantha K, she's either 18 or 19 years old. I think she's 18 right now. She is newly married and she got engaged at 17 years old. She started her platform kind of doing lifestyle content. According to her TikTok, she got engaged in October of 2024. And it looks like she just got married in April of 2025. Now, a lot of her content was mainly about her, but it did involve her husband. Oh, I already forget his name. Well, his name is Carter. So Samantha and Carter, they get engaged in October of 2024. They get married in April of 2025. You kind of see him sprinkled throughout her lifestyle content on TikTok. It was more so just their engagement videos, her doing a food review, her getting ready, things like that. Her most recent video was on their wedding day and they went to Swig. So if you don't know what Swig is a popular soda shop in Utah. Now, when we think of soda, do you think of people who are in the Mormon religion, who go to the Church of the Latter-day Saints? That's what a lot of people are saying in the comments. Let's take a look at their most recent video that went viral on their wedding day, and they're reviewing Swig soda.
So we just got married.
Big Back wanted to go to Swig.
And now we're going to Swig.
What are you gonna order?
Your dress is so cute.
Thank you.
Of course.
We just got married.
Yeah.
Well, I just ordered a Texas tab and you got
A Waikiki.
a Waikiki. And they gave it to us for free since we just got married. We got our drinks, so now we're gonna taste test. Oh, you already have yours. Wait, I'm trying to get mine out.
Muy bien.
It probably tastes this even better because we're married.
Probably.
10 out of 10. Go to Swig on your wedding.
Just to review that video, a lot of people are mixed in the comments now. When I first saw this video on my For You page, a lot of people were like, Samantha, you're too good for him. Or I'd immediately leave if I got called a big back on my wedding day. Everyone is saying, even if you are kidding, why even say that? It's not funny. It's your wedding day. Dang, someone said the child marriages. I can't. Okay. To give context, they are 18 and 19. She says that in another video.
I got married at 18, my husband is 19. We've known each other for almost 4 years. Dated on and off, but have been dating for 2.5. People were so confused on how the videos I posted in my wedding dress, my hair was curled, but then on my wedding day it was straight. People didn't know if I curled my hair and then it fell out. We actually did bridals, and I just learned that bridals are most definitely a Utah thing. It's where you get all ready like for your wedding, but only to take pictures. Carter, everybody thinks he's 21. I've never said that he's 21. I think the reason this gets mixed up is because I posted a video and someone DM'd me about their boyfriend being 21 and then being 18 and they wanted to get married. And everybody thought that that was us, but it wasn't. Carter is not 21, he is 19. We moved out and we're in our own place, and because we're so young, people don't like to believe that we did it ourselves. We pay our rent, we pay our bills. Someone had said that we might pay our monthly rent, but we didn't pay the down payment, and we also did that. There was confusion about moving out because someone said that I was in high school and so I wouldn't even have time to work, and by the time I did have time to work I wouldn't be able to make enough to move out. That's wrong. I've been out of school for a year. I've been working, earning money, and we were able to move out on our own by ourselves, and our parents don't pay for our rent. It's hard for people to get their head around that because moving out is hard. It takes a lot of work, but it's possible. Our place is not ginormous. It's just a 1-bed, 1-bath. We live above somebody's garage. They have an add-on apartment to their house.
Being called big back on your wedding is insane. He's punching and you've settled. Please, girl, get up. Do y'all know each other? This is my opinion based off of a quick video, but you deserve so much more. It makes me sad to see you shining and him dimming your light. Oh, he hates her. This comment is interesting, and if you are someone who lives in Utah, or maybe you used to, maybe have some more insight on the Utah culture. Is there a Utah culture? That's what everyone in the comments are saying, especially if you are in the Church of Latter-day Saints and or the Mormon religion. This comment says, men in Utah don't even have to be remotely attractive for the most beautiful girl you've ever seen to be marrying them. It's honestly insane. I saw comments like that so much, and a lot of people are like, tell me you're from Utah without telling me. As someone from Utah, these couple interactions are so common. They don't really know each other. Genuinely, I know hundreds of people getting married, knowing each other for less than a year or shorter. And then lastly, someone says, why does he look so angry? Is he okay? This is y'all's wedding day, LOL. Which Samantha K hearted, and she said, he loves me, I swear. From what I gather, and some things that I have heard, I'm not saying this is my opinion, these are some stereotypes, and please do not send hate to anyone in this video, or anyone making comments who made comments on the original TikTok video. From what I understand and from what people are really implying in the comments is that Samantha and her husband Carter got married super young, and apparently that's part of the Utah culture and or religion is what they're saying, and they have kids really young, they're rich, they can also afford it, the girl's always pretty and the guy's ugly apparently. Sorry. I'm not, you know what? Speaking of Mormons, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives airs on Hulu May 15th. I'm going to be watching that. I didn't think I would be into that because I was not up to date on Mom Talk. I didn't really watch that stuff. I think Taylor Frankie Paul's videos came on my feed once or twice, but I did not regularly follow Mom Talk or anything like that. But once I saw season 1, I was hooked, so I'm super excited. Anyways, we just got distracted. That is, the stereotypes. And I did look up earlier what are some common stereotypes about Utah culture, because that keeps popping up in the comments, and I don't want to be judgmental, okay? I just want to know what people are talking about, and I want to know what you think. So, Utah culture stereotypes. And stereotypes are hard because I honestly feel like just because it seems like everyone you encounter may exhibit this behavior or have this character trait, definitely doesn't mean it's true. It's hard, but let's just review for context. This is from Mavoto. Okay, I'm just gonna read a couple of these. Utah natives have nieces and nephews by the time they turn 5. So Utah people do not have plural wives, but they do have lots of babies. The birth rate in Utah is higher than in any other state. Many families have siblings that spread apart, so it's common for people to have nieces and nephews by the time they're age 5. Utah people are really tired of being asked if they're polygamous when they travel. That's another thing too. So if you've seen Keep Sweet, Pray, and Obey, I actually know someone who is Mormon in real life, and that came up somehow. And she was basically saying that's a different sect, and so there's a lot that goes into it. So that's just something to note too. too. I feel like with documentaries like that and scandals coming out, it kind of gives a bad taste in people's mouths in a way. I'm not saying Samantha and Carter are keep sweet, pray and obey vibes, but when they said child marriages in the comments, it is kind of interesting too. Like, even though they may not be a member of the LDS Church, even though they may not be below 18, it is interesting to see similarities in that regard. But in that Keep Sweet, Pray and Obey documentary, wow, it's a really good documentary on Netflix if you haven't seen it. So it says, Utah people are LDS, everyone else is just visiting. Utah may have been settled by Mormon pioneers, but the Salt Lake Valley has a diverse population of transplants. So with that said, since people of the LDS Church, the Church of the Latter-day Saints, did settle in Utah, I think that's a stereotype too. So when people are couples who post family content on TikTok or YouTube, I think people are like, are you a member of the LDS Church? I think that's very interesting. A lot of people are saying that this couple does not have any chemistry. So that's where this came in, because it's like, are you guys homies? Like when that comment said, do y'all know each other? A lot of people were saying it seems like they're meeting for the first time. What I thought in the beginning was that maybe Carter was not used to Samantha doing these type of influencer videos or content creation, food reviews. Maybe he just thought it was a date. He wasn't sure or in the know of what she was going to do. Like, what if Samantha was like, let's go get Swig, it's our wedding day, it's our favorite. They go get it, and then he just thinks that they're just gonna go on their merry way, no pun intended, and not do any type of content, but she does. So I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, because honestly, and I have a video of me and my husband, and he didn't necessarily want to be the most engaging in that video. I did ask him if I could post it. I always do. But you guys ripped me apart in that video. It was basically me asking him for a picture and he said no. I forget what it was. But anyways, I was wondering if it was like that, because you never know someone's relationship or their dynamic, right? I thought maybe he was just kind of annoyed. It's their wedding day. He doesn't want to be filmed anymore. He doesn't want his photo taken. Like, this is his break with his wife, with his favorite Swig soda, I guess. A lot of people are commenting on his behavior beyond the big back comment, which I think is really interesting too, because if you just call someone a big back, I personally don't think that's a term of endearment. I also don't know their relationship. I also don't know if they have, weird pet names for each other. Like, I call my husband Sheep. That's kind of weird. There's a long story of how that came about, but still, just like in my household growing up, every time we laugh, we would just say the word stupid. And so if someone doesn't know me and my husband, and then they hear me say the word stupid, if he makes me laugh, they could think that I'm calling him stupid. But yeah, so that is just something that I was thinking about in his defense. But lo and behold, when I go through Samantha K's TikTok, Carter is in her content and he's more engaging. So what's confusing to me is it seems like he's more engaging in the older videos, which were like 2 months ago. There was one on Valentine's Day. Well, 3 months ago. It's May now. There was one on Valentine's. They had their engagement videos. So I thought it was interesting, especially because it's the wedding day. So there's two things. He could either be annoyed, like, we don't have to do a content creation video on our wedding day. Or maybe he's thinking, I've been in front of a camera all day. Or maybe that's his secret personality coming out. I don't know. But a lot of people were saying that Samantha deserved better and that he's ugly and she's pretty. She's way out of his league. She did respond. She made a separate post. She didn't respond to any specific comment. But what she did do is their reveal on their wedding day and like the first look. And it seemed like he was into it, to be honest, yeah. I guess that just goes to show that you don't know someone's relationship. Samantha also did another video just kind of explaining their backstory, and I'm gonna play that here.
I think it's time to address going to Swig on my wedding. I know I don't owe anybody anything, but there's been so many questions and accusations that I'm coming out with my side. I'm gonna give it to you as it is, and you can take it as you will. I am fighting for my life over my wedding in other people's comment sections. First things first, being called a big back on my wedding day. I don't think that was ever okay, and we were able to...
That's right, she's not looking at you.
I don't think that was ever okay, and we were able to talk it out and work through it. I can't! We always joke around with each other, and It's just the fact that it was on our wedding day. I think if it was any other video, people wouldn't even have thought twice. It's such a casual joke, and it really meant nothing. Really, no one was offended besides my comment section. Everyone's freaking out saying, oh, I would have left him. My husband said that to me on my wedding day, it would be the end. Some people are sensitive to jokes and some people aren't. And take a deep breath because you're not the one marrying him. We always joke around with each other that didn't even think twice, like whether I was in my wedding dress or not, it was a joke. Secondly, people were telling me that my wedding that they didn't attend was very casual. We got married in the morning, we had a luncheon, and then we had a couple hours in between before our reception. So within those couple hours while everyone was setting up, we went and got Swig. Because I wanted Swig, and so like the gentleman he is, he took my big back to Swig. I think if I took a sip of water on my wedding, people would have been upset. People will find any reason to leave hate. Also, everybody's saying that he hates me and I shouldn't marry him. And I think you guys are right. I think I'm finally catching on. He didn't take me to Swig today, so I'm finally hearing you guys out. First off, that was like a super short video. By the time I recorded it, edited it, and posted it, it was probably 5 minutes. It was just, I set up my phone to take a video, captured what I got, and I posted it. That video has nothing to do with how much he loves me. It does not reflect our love at all. It was literally just a fun little video that I made on our wedding. It's really not that deep. I did not expect that to go as viral as it did, and I also didn't expect it to hurt so many people's feelings. And sorry, not sorry if it did, because I'm fine. I'm thriving. I think we should try and not let other people's TikToks affect us. And if they do, it might be time to put the phone down. I guess my wedding that nobody attended really upset some people. I made a couple TikToks throughout the day that had nothing to do with how our wedding went. Everybody's saying it was so casual and that he hates me, and all I did was record. The amount of time I took videos was probably 10 minutes throughout our whole day. Our wedding was perfect. It was so us, and I'm sorry if it upset you. You don't have to do yours the same as I did. I'm not gonna leave my husband.
So it was really interesting to hear more of their backstory, how they met in church. So everybody's like, what church is that? And I also saw another video where she didn't want to admit that she lives in Utah because so many comments were like, Utah, 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 Utah. And they were like, tell me you live in Utah without telling me, that kind of thing. So I thought it was really funny. And I think she was a good sport about it. What do you guys think about this? Is he wrong to call her a big back? Do you think that he has that relationship with her where he can do that? I actually knew someone who's married, and when the wife was pregnant, about to pop, the husband would call her fat. And he's the type of class clown type of guy. You know, just makes everyone in the room laugh, but very sarcastic. But I also feel like it kind of draws the line at something very sensitive like that. So what do you think about that? Do you think Carter has that relationship with Samantha? I do think that video was kind of awkward. Do you think that video was awkward where they're reviewing the Swig soda? I also know it's not their first Swig soda together. It can't be, unless they really did just meet like 6 months ago. I'm also going to play a reenactment of Samantha's video, and I want you to tell me the difference between the two.
So we just got married.
Yep. And big back Jabba the Hutt over here wanted to go to Swig.
We're gonna go to Swig.
What are you gonna order?
Oh my gosh, I love your dress. Thank you. We actually just got married. So I got a Texas tab, and you got
Waikiki.
a Waikiki. And they gave it to us for free because we're married. We just got our drinks. Oh wait, you're already drinking yours. Okay, I gotta get it in. It's pretty good. This is so good.
Está muy bien.
Probably tastes better because we're married.
Probably.
Go to Swig on your wedding day.
I really don't know. I also don't think it's too unique to go to your favorite soda place on your wedding day. A lot of people go to their favorite coffee shops on their wedding day, even have their photography session at the cafe. I just think that behavior was kind of weird, but I can also give some grace if he was not aware that they were going to film that day or at that time, because it just seemed like he was off. I don't know, but I don't know this couple. I would say at first glance, yeah, it did seem like he kind of dims her light a little bit. It also seems like his energy was just so Waikiki.
Waikiki.
Like, I don't know, but he was kind of like this. He was like halfway in the shot. But honestly, y'all, I think the biggest backlash came from was the way that he responded in the wedding video. And then also a lot of people used that religion stereotype against them. I don't think we should judge anyone for whatever beliefs or religion that they follow. But honestly, I think from what I mentioned before with the keep sweet, pray and obey, a lot of people think that that is a representation of everyone who is a member of the Church of Latter-day Saints, and or people who are Mormon. I think it's wrong to judge people for that. I also feel like, if someone does something wrong, yes, call them out. But I honestly don't think that two people filming a day of their marriage is something to cause an uproar for. I don't want to be called a big back on my wedding day, but also my husband and I personally have a very silly relationship. We joke back and forth, but he's never called me a big back. In Samantha K's response video, in one of them, she does give more clarity and she says, hey, this is our relationship, we're fine. She kind of kids a little bit, but she basically says that one video, that one snippet on their wedding day did not reflect their whole relationship. So I do think it's good to note that you see one snippet of someone's life. And I can't imagine being in her shoes, but I have been in her shoes as far as someone who is 19 or at least younger getting married. Like, people were really mean. Similar to her, like, we moved out right away. We actually moved out once we got engaged, and I was 18 when I got engaged. In that regard, I understand when people were giving me backlash because they're like, you have the rest of your life, blah, blah, blah. But they don't know my situation and they don't know my husband. And I think that's what this girl is saying, so I can give her some grace there. But I do think that if we just look at that TikTok alone, it does look kind of sketch. Like, not gonna lie. I mean, don't send hate to Samantha K. Go ahead and check her channel out. I think she does a great job of responding. If you just look at that TikTok alone when they're reviewing Swig, he did seem like he was out of the shot. He did seem like he didn't want to be there. And it low-key felt like he was unprepared for the video. So the moment that she takes his chin and like moves it towards the camera, it's like, In his defense, it kind of seems like Carter is like, I don't want to do this video right now. Oh, sorry, my dog. If you hear some heavy breathing. We're filming in a different room today. It is kind of smaller. The air is kind of heavy. But we're almost done, honey. Let me open the door for her. Go ahead. It would bother me as a viewer if that door's open, but it goes to the hallway. If I close that door, she's going to keep pawing the door because she can't see me. But you get the point. If I just saw that TikTok video by itself, I do think it was just kind of awkward, to be honest, but that doesn't reflect their whole relationship. I think this is a lesson that social media is social media. We've talked about this before. You just see, I don't want to say the highlights, but you just see snippets of someone's life. Most of the time, people just post the highlights, or if they post things that are not the most positive, it's almost perceived as performative in a way. Like, I've seen people have backlash for posting about their struggle with acne issues, and then all of a sudden there's a product placement advertisement. That type of thing. Like Samantha said, you're always going to have someone saying something. In Samantha's response video, I think she did a good job responding and saying, hey, this is our relationship. We always joke about being called a big back. I'm sorry, but not sorry if you were offended. That's just how we are as a couple. I feel like it's hard because most people just judge their relationship off of that one video. They really came in with the Mormon comments and also basically said that she deserves better. At some point, someone said that he's 21 and she was 17 when they got engaged, but he is older than her by up to a year because she's currently 18 and he's 19. So if I just saw their TikTok video of them reviewing Swig. I didn't see anything else on their profile. I think that would be kind of sketchy. Like, girl, he obviously doesn't want to be in your videos, which I don't blame him if he does. Like, maybe that's just not his thing. But if you look at the rest of her page, you go through, he's been sprinkled in before. You've also seen him be part of her day-to-day type vlogging on TikTok. So I think it's just a case of let people live their lives, to be honest. I mean, this was a whole debate. I see both sides in a way, but I just encourage us as consumers of social media to think before you comment. I mean, it is kind of hurtful when you see people just assume things about you. You might think assumptions, you might think this, you might think that, but sometimes you just gotta be mindful. I think most of the comments were just based off that one video and not looking at her profile. But I'm kind of indifferent to all of this. Honestly, she did say that she edited that video, the Swig video, and posted it. I don't think you should have posted it. But hey, it gained your platform a following. I don't know if that was your goal, but it did seem like you were kind of doing content for that. I think the weirdest part is just the whole chin thing. And then it just seemed like he didn't want to be there, so why film? Alright, that's it for today's video, y'all. Like, share, subscribe. If you don't, I just appreciate you being here, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye! Bye, homies!